Hello, friend! My name is Asindra, and today I'm going to continue playing Heartbaked with friend.
Hi,
I was going to say with you, but it's also...
with
I messed up that
everyone.
introduction, I'm pretty sure.
You should do like one of those like Twitch plays game things
What
where
do
you
you
just
mean?
like get people voting on what choices you should do, and the majority does it. That'd be hilarious.
I'd do that if people actually watch my streaming.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I should force the chat to do
Yes. This
Watch
is
me,
why we're
please.
here.
Yes. Okay, so yesterday we got a date with Carver.
Somehow.
Well, by God, we threatened him.
Yeah. We
that
threatened to
worked.
cut his hair. Like,
Yes.
great.
So let's go on a date with Carver.
Yay, dates. Ugh. I woke up groggily, wiping the sleep from my eyes. For a few moments I let myself just lay in bed, breathing deeply and staring up at the ceiling. I couldn't help but feel like I was forgetting something. Oh yeah! I scored a date with Carver. A date with Carver? I couldn't believe it. I knew it was for a greater purpose. It would all be worth it in the end. Before we became rivals and before Carver got obnoxious when we were training to become pastry chefs, I still didn't like him. I guess that wasn't entirely true. But that was then and this is now. I have a goal. No time to lie in bed. I've got to do my best to honour the pastry god by making the best cake this village has ever tasted. Now that I've got him in my frying pan, how do I make sure he stays there?
Butter.
A lid.
A lid.
I carefully iced the last cupcake, setting the piping bag down and letting out a sigh. She sighs a lot, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
The whole plan would go to waste if you didn't actually enjoy the date. No, Amy, there are no depths you cannot sink to.
That's the spirit.
This is for the cake, for the pastry god. And sweet, sweet victory.
Friend, things are getting kind of crowded in there.
Radley popped his head into the kitchen, and I looked over, quickly lifting up the tray. Oh, right, coming! Today was actually busy. It made me smile to see all the happy faces leaving with my pastries, but I need time to think of a plan for breadstick steak. I let out a light sigh, another sigh, resigning myself to focusing on chips and customer satisfaction.
Hey, friend, since I can't do much in here with all the people walking around, I'm gonna clean up the kitchen a bit.
Okay, Hey, wait a minute! I yanked at his arm, jerking him out of the doorway.
What? Friend?
You know you're not allowed to clean in there. Do you want a repeat of last time?
Friend, it's so dusty in there.
I shook my head, fist digging into my hips. No. Bradley pouted at me, crossing his arms.
Okay.
He shifted his feet a little, giving me one last pout before moving to put the freshly iced cupcakes on the sample tray, like a good boy. I nodded my head, folding my arms across my chest. I heard the shop doors open and close, and looked over with a smile. Hello, welcome to... It was that pointy-nosed elf. I let out a long sigh, pushing my bangs out of my eyes. Again. Does she do anything but sigh? Really? Did he not get the message the first time? Look, sir, we don't have those cookies. You have to go to Carver's. I could barely bring myself to form the words.
Oh no, oh no. Actually, I'm here for your chocolate cream cheesecake cupcakes. I don't remember the voice that I was doing for him, so...
Neither do I. That was actually a recipe I had. I smiled, the irritation from before instantly wiped away. Oh, sorry about that. I'll get a box for you right away. I quickly hurried back to the kitchen, getting a special box and ribbon to put the cupcakes in. Well, it looked like Carver's special cookies weren't so special after all. Pointy's come to try some real pastries.
Who you talking to, friend?
Ah! Rattling, don't sneak up on me like that!
You walked right by me. I was just getting some cups for the coffee.
Oh. Well, say something next time. Radley's laughter followed me out of the kitchen, and after discerning how many cupcakes Pointy wanted, I boxed them up and handed them over.
Thank you.
No problem. I hope you enjoy them. He gave me a smile as he paid, adjusting his glasses and heading out the door. Today was already looking up. That was good, since it was going to crash and burn as soon as closing time hit. Date with Carver.
What was that, friend?
What? Radley, I thought I told you to cut that out.
I thought you were talking to me.
I was talking to myself.
Yeah, I should have known.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. Continue your conversation.
Radley snickered as he walked over to replace the cups of coffee on the sample table, and I followed him with a glare. It's totally normal to talk to yourself, you know. I mumbled under my breath, going back into the kitchen to see if the cookies baking had finished yet. I'm so not crazy. Radley's the crazy one. Ugh. The day passed by too quickly and too slow all at once. By the time I remembered that I was supposed to be closing early, I barely had any time to get ready for my date. As I flipped the sign, Radley looked at me curiously, just finishing with mopping the floor.
Closing early again?
I don't have time to deal with his questions right now. Yes, I'm busy. You can go home. I'll see you tomorrow. Radley looked like he was going to say something else, but I was already heading back towards my house. I needed to change and shower. How can I expect to win Carver's heart covered in icing and sugar?
I mean, if you have a food kink.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's a baker. Like, come on, there's got to be a reason, right?
He probably smells like icing and sugar, too.
Yeah, probably. Let's hope she also has a food kink.
I mean, clearly she does.
Really? Yeah. Don't forget to lock up.
Okay.
I looked at myself in the mirror, quickly tying off my other braid and smiling. There. Adorable. No pancake would be able to resist you, Amy. I'd found a green skirt with lace trimming the bottom that would have gone perfect with those heels, but, well, it still looks cute by itself. I put on some lip gloss, rubbing my lips together.
That's how I feel every time I put lip gloss on, too.
Yeah, basically. I couldn't help the way my mind turned to kissing Carver, my stomach practically churning. For the cake, Amy. I looked at the clock, taking in a deep breath. It was just about time. I headed back down to the shop, turning off the lights as I went. The cake is mine. A knock at the door cut off my gleeful song, and I walked over, looking at the clock again. Carver? You're on time.
I don't make a habit of being late to my appointments.
Appointment, huh? I breathed in deeply, curbing my anger and forcing a smile. Before I could say anything, though, I noticed Carver was looking me over, eyebrows raised. I blinked, looking down at myself. Biscuits, did I remember to shave? Okay, well, good. What is it?
You look different.
I was caught off guard for a second, before I rolled my eyes, folding my arms across my chest. And you look exactly the same. Aren't you supposed to, like, I don't know, dress up for dates? You are, right? Suddenly I felt a bit self-conscious. Oh, pastry god, I really hoped I hadn't made a fool of myself already. We weren't even out the door.
You're the one who wanted to go on a date with me, remember?
He spat out the word like it physically hurt him. Good to know that we're both so enthusiastic about this. Well, you... Never mind, let's just go. He grunted in agreement, and stealing myself, I walked out into the town square.
It's kind of like watching a hostage situation.
Basically, his hair is the hostage. We started walking, and I curled my fingers into my skirt, already feeling a bit nervous. It was so weird to just be walking next to Carver, not arguing or insulting each other. I looked over to him, seeing a rather bored look on his face. Better than that stupid grin that screamed, I think I'm better than anyone else.
Stop staring at me.
What? I wasn't staring. He glared, and I glared, and then looked around, realizing we were standing back in front of my shop. We'd walked in a complete circle. Okay, where are we going?
I don't know. This was your idiotic idea.
What? I've been following you.
Ha! I should have known. If you can't even handle a task like baking properly, you can't possibly be expected to know how to do simple things like pick out a destination.
Oh, pastry god, forgive me, for I was about to sin.
That's me!
We are about to become sin. Yes, good.
The friend sin will become complete.
I was going to rip the little head off its pancake body and eat it with syrup.
Like a praying mantis.
I gritted my teeth, resisting the urge to throw an insult back at him. This was impossible. I was crazy to think I could even handle being in the same space as this guy for more than 10 seconds without wanting to strangle him.
According to the internet and generations of relationships, apparently this is how heterosexual romances go anyway, after marriage.
This is, as I understand it, basically, yeah.
Because straight people are crazy.
Yep. How could I be expected to date him? Fake or otherwise?
We could...
I was snapped out of my thoughts when Carver started talking again, and I frowned.
I just came up with a new recipe for strawberry shortcake. We could try making it together.
That genuinely sounds adorable.
It really does, yeah.
Oh. I blinked, staring down at the magenta head grease stain with surprise on my face.
Or something. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, he's blushing!
Oh. You want to bake? Well, no matter what way you looked at it, it didn't really sound like a date. It totally sounds like a date.
To me.
It totally sounds like a date. I would go on that date. I may not be the most qualified to decide that, but I'm pretty sure that's not a real date. Carver glared at me.
Do you have any better ideas?
I could give up and go home. I mumbled this to myself, Carver squinted at me.
What?
Nothing. It didn't sound like a horrible suggestion. We were both pastry chefs after all, so it sort of made sense. And I do like baking. Of all the things I could do with Carver, baking seemed like it would be the least irritating. Resigning myself to sticking with my plan, I gave a small nod.
Fine, we'll use my kitchen.
I gave another nod and followed the shorter elf back to his shop. As we were walking up, I noticed the door open, and I paused in my step. For a second, I was convinced someone had broken into Carver's bakery, but the person who walked out turned to me familiar.
Benjamin.
Hey. Oh, great. Wait. What was he doing there?
I mean, you got him a job,
You
literally,
got
like
him a
yesterday.
job. Literally. Benjamin looked at me, then at Carver, nodding his head.
I've finished cleaning up for the day. Did you remember to keep the sheep outside? Meh. Yes. Although I still don't understand why that was necessary. They did seem to enjoy walking around the fountain, though.
Carver rolled his eyes.
Just go home. See you tomorrow. Yeah.
Benjamin looked over to me, and I still hadn't quite comprehended what was going on.
Ah, Amy, you. Thank you again for the job tip.
Sure.
With a steady income, now I can finally build a bigger pen for Bernard and Bethany, perhaps even expand my home.
Yeah. Benjamin nodded at the both of us, and then he and his sheep were gone. I looked over at Carver, who was already stepping inside his bakery. I followed him in, still a little dumbfounded.
A little dumb, yes.
Yeah. A little bit, yeah. I can't believe you actually hired him. The guy was weird and filthy. Carver waved a hand, heading back to the kitchen.
Work is work. I just have to remind him to wash his feet before he comes in.
I let out a groan, remembering my first meeting with the eccentric shepherd. Carver disappeared through the doorway, and I followed a little hesitantly.
I thought it said disapproved, and I was like, how does he disapprove through a doorway? That's great.
He's just that disapproving.
Yeah.
It was one.
Oh my god.
Huh?
I just realized that these are cupcakes!
Oh my god, that's amazing!
I like your
I
shop.
just really like the design of this place. Like, the door is chocolate. That's amazing. I want that door. I want to eat that door.
Don't eat the door, friend.
You can't stop me.
I mean, you're right, but you really shouldn't.
So? It was one thing to be left alone with him outside. It felt different to be alone like this. When I stepped into the room, Carver was looking through a neatly filed collection of note cards. He took one out and set it on the counter, nodding.
You read through that, and I'll get the ingredients ready.
Okay. I walked over, lifting the card and letting my eyes drag over the recipe. My gaze strayed to the note cards, wondering if all of those were Carver's original recipes. I'm usually focused on my grandmother's. I have a few of my own, but not nearly that many. The silence started to get to me, so I looked over at Carver, seeing him setting out the bowl and sugar. So, what were you doing sleeping outside?
What?
The other day, I found you sleeping in the forest.
I wasn't sleeping. Though I could see how someone as manic as you would mistake meditation for sleep.
Yeah, I'm the manic one. Answer the question, Bubblegum Head.
Like I said, I was meditating. That's where I come up with my best recipes.
Oh. I hadn't actually thought he was serious. I blinked in surprise, rubbing the back of my head. Carver continued gathering all the ingredients, and I drummed my fingers against the countertop. You know, you should meditate more often. I think it's the quietest I've ever seen you. You gotta give those vocal cords a break every now and then. And, you know, everyone's ears. Carver scoffed.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Unfortunately for you, whenever we're around each other, I'm always full of things to say. It'd be a shame to deprive you of my superior insight.
That sounded like Carver. But before that, it almost looked like he was... I was a bit caught off guard. Before I could think of something else to say, he was shoving a couple of eggs in my direction. I got the hint and started cracking. Oh god, she was already cracking. This is like we're 4 episodes in. Carver began measuring out the sugar, and I watched his hands move, picking up the next ingredient once the eggs were done. For a pancake, he's got deft fingers.
Uh-huh.
Hey. All the other pancakes must be so impressed.
You're one of them.
You are. Oh, I am? I don't know.
You are, friend.
I'm a pancake? What?
Eat yourself.
Oh
no.
Friend is
I didn't think this through. Friend, no!
Remember me as I was. Flat and delicious. Anyway. I let out a giggle, and Carver raised an eyebrow at me. I cleared my throat. So those black tea cookies seem to be popular. He let out a scoff.
Of course they are. Everything I bake is delicious.
Even if that were true, he'd get more customers if he wasn't obnoxious.
I mean, between the two of you.
Yeah, you're basically driving each other to each other's shop.
Yeah.
Well, my shop was packed today. A customer even requested my limited edition original recipe cupcakes. I bragged, and Carver looked over at me.
Well, it looks like you're finally stepping it up to my level.
You couldn't reach my level with 2 ladders. Once all the ingredients were in the bowl, Carver started whisking. He has a tiny smile on, I'm just going to point that out.
Yeah.
I looked over the recipe card again, leaning against the counter. When I looked back, Carver wiped his cheek with the back of his hand, going back to whisking soon after. It was impossible not to notice the swipe of batter he had left behind on his face, and I couldn't stop the grin that had come over my lips. He paused a second before wiping his chin this time, and I put a hand over my mouth. He chose that moment to glance at me.
What?
Oh my god. Please don't lick it off. Please don't. No.
I was thinking, in the interest of this actually working out, I think we should go with tease him.
I mean, she's already laughing. Like,
yeah.
It's either laughing or teasing. Just don't lick it off. Oh my god.
Licking it off seems like a bad choice.
That's a bit forward right now.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll go with tease him.
Nah, I'd go to laugh with him. I mean, we're already laughing.
Okay.
I couldn't hold it back. I startled Carver with my outburst, and he looked at me like I was crazy.
I mean...
That's good luck for you, Carver. Cover up some of that sourness with something sweet. Finally, he seemed to get what happened, and he moved over to a mirror, glaring into it.
What? Why didn't you say anything?
I just did. I even gave you a compliment. I couldn't seem to stop giggling, and Carver's glare harshened. He marched over, and I bit back a grin, expecting him to throw me out or something, but instead... I stared in disbelief as Carver shoved a hand into the batter we just made and then shoved the hand right into my hair. There were no words. I snatched the bowl from him, swiping up a good helping of the batter and smeared it all over the top of his head, rubbing it in good. Regretting that yet? Carver squirmed out of my hold, and I saw his fingers close around one of the extra eggs. You wouldn't. Oh, you're about to meet your baker. Armed with a bag of sugar and the cream, I charged. Missed me.
Ha! You don't have the skill the skill it takes to beat me.
I love the puns in this game, it's so good.
Me too.
I need to reload, quick. I snatched up the tub of salt, ripping it open, spilling most of it already all over myself on the floor. It was then I noticed the sound of laughter ringing out in the kitchen, and I looked over at Carver, surprised. It wasn't like his usual cartoony, fictional villainous cackle, but actually real? Then I realised that he wasn't the only one laughing. I was dragged out of my thoughts when Carver suddenly grabbed my shirt, dropping a single strawberry down the front. Oi! Right, ammunition. I was not going down that easily. It took a lot longer to make that cake than planned. By the time we finally got the cake in the oven, the sun was setting. It took a while to get the kitchen cleaned up again. When everything was back in its proper place and the cake was done, Carver cut me a piece to take home. Sort of thought I'd be getting half, but nope. Don't know why I even thought that.
You should go home.
I rolled my eyes. What a catch I found.
This was not as awful as I thought it'd be.
I guess that's the best I could hope for. And it's kind of what I wanted to say too. Of course. I pressed a hand to my chest. It was a date with me. Carver scoffed. I wet my lips, taking in a breath. Okay, now in for the kill.
Oh, you're gonna ruin it.
Don't do it. No. So. Do you want to go on another date or not?
Tomorrow, then.
Ha. I mean, I knew you would.
Whatever.
Carver disappeared inside his shop and slammed the door. I stared at it for a few seconds, before smiling to myself, walking back home with a bounce in my step. I scratched my neck, lips twitching when I felt what had to be dried egg there. I really couldn't wait to get back and take a shower. I totally won that, though. The victor of the great pastry war of whenever. Another date with Carver tomorrow. Everything's going according to plan. I smiled to myself, laughing at the memory of Carver's batter-stained face.
Aww.
No.
So, thank you for watching. That was really cute.
That was genuinely cute. Like, I thought we were gonna get something like that, and I'm happy that we did.
Yeah.
It was adorable.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything left to say, friend?
Tune in next time or I'll throw some batter at you. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what kind of batter would you throw at
Oh my
people?
god, no.
Anyways, I love you! Bye-bye!
Bye.
I'm the bad one in this friendship.
Sin, why?
Because I'm sinning.
Yes, you are.